to the garden. Today I've got an update on our succulents propagating in water. We have quite a few varieties, including a mini kalanchoe, we've got our Chrysula perforata, and even a common jade. And check it out, it's actually growing new roots. Look at that. That's amazing. Even a huge stem cutting like this is actually growing new roots. The stem is a little bit crooked, but we'll be able to fix that when we plant it. We're going to keep this one going for now, but a few of these we're going to actually plant out in soil. These cannot go forever in water, although this one has been going, believe it or not, for 2 years. And yeah, it doesn't look great, but it is still alive, which is just astounding. So we're going to see if we can rehab this plant by planting it out in soil. This is one of our stacking jade, or Chrysula perforata, and it should look like this. This is a more of a healthy plant. So if we check up on these, they should have a decent set of roots. Sometimes they will dry up like that, but they can set out new roots just fine. And these are really easy to start. We're just going to take a cutting. We can strip a few of those bottom leaves. That way we have a little something to plant out. And it's usually a good idea to let this cutting heal for a couple days. That'll allow that open wound to callus. That can help prevent rot when they're sitting in water like this. Although water breathes incredibly well, and I've really had excellent luck propagating all of my succulents in water. So what usually happens when propagating in water is they're going to set out new roots right away. Those are going to be white and look really healthy. Then as they mature, they kind of turn brown, and eventually they can turn black and rot. And we'll check up on our little floating cutting here. We can still see the styrofoam that I let it float on. That is so crazy. There's new roots there. The leaves are still green, although they're really shriveled. I want to plant this one by itself so we can really check on its growth. So we'll just remove it from its styrofoam. I'm just going to set it in an empty pot to start, and then we'll backfill around with soil. Just like that. And we can just prop it up in the center here. Try to be gentle because these leaves are extremely delicate. So now it's going to be fun to see if we can rehabilitate this. We'll just plant the rest of them all together in this pot. So I've already got a little bit of soil in the bottom, that way we can insert our cuttings like this. And I'm really excited to show you these. These were our mini kalanchoe cuttings, and they were just bare stems about a month ago. So all of this leaf growth is just from when we put them in water. I am noticing a little bit of yellowing on the leaves. That usually means they're hungry, so putting them in soil is going to give them a little bit more nutrients. We also have another one here, which I think is another type of kalanchoe, and this one has beautiful pink flowers. These ones have bright red flowers. We just take a look at a few of these. Whoa, that's a big one. That's just amazing, isn't it? All of that growth is just from water. And we can see some of the older roots there starting to turn brown. There's some of those white roots there, you can see them. That's what we want to see. Those are nice and healthy. So we'll plant these out in soil and give them a huge boost. One of these is already shriveled up. And it actually set out a bunch of new leaves, but they've since dried back. So we're just going to discard this one as well. We'll just plant these together in this little pot. These new pink kalanchoe cuttings are a little bit larger, so I've got a larger pot here. And wow, look at the roots. That's all brand new growth. Wow, that's just amazing. I doubt they're all that healthy. Yeah, there's barely any roots on this one, but that one does have flowers, so that's understandable. And we'll start with the big one, right in the middle. You know what? We might actually leave this one alone and then plant the smaller ones in a group. Now we can water these in, and it's perfectly fine to use the water they were rooting in. That'll actually help them acclimate a little bit. Probably going to need a little bit extra, but we'll just give them all a nice healthy drink. So now we have all of our cuttings that were rooting in water planted out in soil. Except for our common jade, which I'm going to keep rooting. It's doing really well, so we're going to keep that one going. Propagating succulents in water really does a great job at growing new roots fast. But pretty soon you want to plant them out in soil. Although as you can see, they can last, I guess, up to 2 years in just water. Maybe even further. But I wanted to plant this out in soil and see if we can rehab it. So I hope you give this a grow in your garden. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.